And good afternoon, YouTube community. It's your boy Lex Anderson, and we have a code red today. I recall a couple of videos ago, I laid out my predictions, and I said that the 49ers would be my upset game of the week to beat the Giants. And that's when my alter ego, the Prophet, comes out to make these calls. And you know what? Social media's lit up. Everybody's upset. Let's be real. As a New Yorker, the Jets and the Giants are abysmal. They are complete embarrassments to me as a citizen in New York City. Okay? So let's be real here. Why are Giant fans so upset? You had a 1-8 team, now 1-9, play a team that hasn't won a game all season. I had hashtag Team Turmoil on Twitter in my post relating to the Giants. You can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Fifth Avenue. There'll be a screenshot at the end of this video. But let's be real. The Giants were primed to lose to the 49ers. Even without really paying attention to it, all the negativity in the headlines about Ben McAdoo suspending players, that doofus Jenkins that can't tackle. Like, come on, the whole scenario was the perfect culmination for this disaster to happen. And now people want Ben McAdoo fired. Whatever. The Giants suck. And as a New Yorker, watching the Giants play, this is how the Giants are built. Defense, a good running game, an all-star tight end, and a capable quarterback. That's all the Giants have ever been. But they have no defense. Secondary, that guy Jenkins getting burned. Ridiculous. We used to have a prime cornerback on defense. Nothing's going on in the secondary. The front line can't get the job done. There's no big time running game going on. Remember before there was thunder and lightning? Then there was that time you had Tiki Barber carrying on the solo act. Remember Asiu Manora, Strahan? It's nice that they gave JPP an extension for what he did to himself on the 4th of July, but the Giants aren't exactly striking fear into the heart of their opponents. And so, at least it was a road game that the Giants flew out west to lose and give the 49ers their first win of the season, because the 49ers have been playing hard, and they deserve that win. So a tip of the cap to the 49ers for humiliating the New York Giants for all of America to see. And even though it's not a nationally televised game, because it is New York, you're just going to get picked on by ESPN. And the Jets, again, do suck, but I'll deal with them at a later video. So, the NFL is having issues with Roger Goodell and his contract, Jerry Jones stepping in, even though it's a 6-committee member. Jones is the unofficial guy trying to block his contract. And then, upwards of Goodell wanting, $49.5 to $50 million, use of a private jet for the rest of his entire life, and health care for him and his family until the day they pass on. I'm interested in the health care, honestly, because that shows me that Goodell does not trust our president, number 45, with the way they're trying to dismantle Obamacare, which is still intact, folks. Yes, Obamacare is still alive and well, because Trump and his band of hooligans can't seem to dismantle it properly. So a tip of the cap to Obama for putting something that seems to be roughly ironclad at this point in time. So, I tried to talk to someone about how much Goodell should get. I got an ignorant comment back. Whatever. The point is that as the commissioner of the league, Goodell is going to always get heat from the fans and from the owners, which is the reason why Jerry Jones is trying to block his contract, because Ezekiel Elliott has to play 6 games. I mean, come on. This is the epitome of white privilege. Jerry Jones, folks. Hello. The owner, the president, the general manager of the Cowboys. Okay? And then there's reports that the owner's going to try to look into flipping the script So forcing Jones to forfeit the Cowboys, it's like crazy. Like, that is so not happening. And if they try to go forward, JJ is going to lawyer up, and this case will drag out for eternity. And you just don't want to mess with Jerry Jones because he's got Dallas on lock. So Goodell, other owners, Arthur Blank, the Maras, Kraft, like, you don't want to go head to head with Jerry Jones in the court system, for real. Like, this man did not get to where he was without some savvy and, intellect and intelligence, just overall intelligence. Hello, owner, president, GM, Cowboys, Jerry Jones, JJ. There you have it, folks. But you know what? Speaking of problems, okay, so the NFL has the anthem protesting issues. There's the issue about the CTE and the brains of former players and current players and people retiring. And then there's the issue, again, which I previously spoke, Goodell and his contract. The NFL also has another issue, folks. That is the issue of tackling. The tackling was so poor this Sunday that the NFL should just revert to flag football. Because at least if you grab a flag, you might have a chance of stopping the plays. Look, I'm not on the field. I'm not in the body of the other person, miserably sticking their hands out like this, hoping that the opposing player will run into their arms, but they just get shoved to the side like they don't exist, or the half-ass grab around the waist, and then they just, twist like they're on a hula hoop, and they just go flailing to the side. Again, check out Jenkins against the 49ers. It was hilarious. Or check out the other teams. See, it's not just an issue of tackling. I think there are some teams that just like their loser status, like the Cleveland Browns. How could you possibly have lost that game? It should be the Browns and the 49ers celebrating getting their respective first wins of the season. But the Browns don't do it. And it's like so disappointing here. Hold on, let me look for my notes because I knew that the Browns would lose. So that's the issue on its own. Oh my God. It was the Lions, right? It was like ridiculous. The Lions were there for the taking. The Browns were up 10-0 in the first quarter, up 24-17 in the third quarter, and they wind up losing 38-24 as the NFL's highest paid player, Matthew Stafford, comes through throwing for 249 yards and 3 touchdowns. Like, that's like disgusting. Like, the Browns are pathetic. Like, the fans deserve so much better than the Cleveland Browns. But there's another set of fans suffering worse than the Browns, and that would be anyone who's a Charger fan. At this point, if you're in San Diego, you should be grateful that the Chargers left to go to LA because they are pathetic. I had picked the Chargers to win, but they lose 20-17 in overtime to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Excuse me while I go through my notes. Because the stats here are so crazy. I got to talk about this now versus my NFL predictions. It's that bad with the Chargers. Okay, so the Jags won for their first 3-game winning streak since 2013. That's like atrocious. Then you have the last 2 minutes of regulation had a fumble, 2 interceptions, a taunting penalty, and a roughing the passer flag because I believe it was number 99, wants to toss Bortles, and it was just a slight toss, but the referees flagged them for like 15 yards. It's like, if you have to watch NFL Life of Joe Montana and Steve Young, and you have to go back to when real quarterbacks were real men who took real hits. It makes no sense. Okay, so here we go with the Chargers. They lost 9 one-possession games last season, most in the NFL. They haven't been to the playoffs since 2013. They haven't won a double-digit game since 2009. Since 2015, the Chargers have lost 28 games, 22 by 8 points or less, 12 by 3 points or in overtime. That is atrocious. How is that even possible? The NFL needs to hire more African American coaches to make a difference in the league. Like, screw all of that. And a lot of this is from North Turner. I love the way this honking is going on now while I'm making my video. Thank you very much, ghetto-ass denizens of the Bronx. That is all I've got for today. Thank you for tuning in. Don't let your journey into the sports opinion log end here. You can hit the subscribe button right there to your right. And before you go to your right, just drop down and give your boy a thumbs up. Shout out to Steelers Nation. This is your boy, Lex Anderson. And I will be back. But for now, I'm signing out.